gotta build.
Peace of Black Power, family. You tuned in to M9NDTV. Subscribe on YouTube, follow us, and to make sure you check out what goes around. For sure. Peace and Black Power. RBG Connect.
You're watching M9NDTV. Make sure you subscribe, like, and all those other things you guys do.
Peace and love, Black family. It's the Prince of Pan-Africanism, Dr. Umar Johnson, live and direct. Make sure you support M9NDTV, YouTube, M9NDTV, and make sure you get the new movie by TEHUT-9 right here. More movies is coming out. You support that, M9NDTV. That's what Dr. Umar be checking out. One love.
Peace to the family, peace to you and yours, brother Red Pill representing Know the Ledge Media. I'm here repping for my brother in the movie What Goes Around, and also the YouTube channel that you gotta check out, M9NDTV. It'll blow your mind, you don't know.
Subscribe
to M9NDTV, because it's on and pop.
Check it out, y'all. M9NDTV, through the knowledge. Peace.
Yeah, to me, like when we get into knowledge itself, it becomes very cliche what people mean. A lot of people talk about it as just history. Oh, I know that we're from Africa and we were this and we were kings and queens, which is a lot of that is just fallacious and silly nonsense, you know, because everybody wasn't a king and a queen.
Right.
You know what I mean? But we understand why people say that, you know what I'm saying? The knowledge itself, you know, is really goes into the things that you can do. Know yourself. It sounds like a statement. Sometimes I wonder if it's not a premonition, if it's not a warning. Like, you know, in Jamaica, when you start acting up, somebody always say, "Yeah, my youth, if you know yourself, you know." You know, you understand? So it's like you gotta know yourself. Right? How do you know yourself? You gotta get the knowledge. What kind of knowledge? Is it just history? No, it's not just history. History is really just a mirror for you to look into, to see who you are, to see what you can be and what you can become. Right? That's just dates and events, and we're living in our time now, so we can't live in the time of other men only. What we have to do is look back at the times of other men and say, look, they built pyramids. How did they do that? Why aren't we building pyramids today? Exactly. What kind of men built pyramids? It was men of science, men who understood engineering, who knew how to lay the foundation, who understood mathematics, physics, chemistry, geometry, you know, all those things. These are the things that we need to know. So if you're saying you know yourself and you don't know geometry, you don't know physics, you don't know you don't know engineering, you don't know how to plant food to grow for yourself.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because what happens is, like, when you know yourself, you really become free. Because you know what you need and you make sure you control it.
That's the biggest problem we face over is a lot of black brothers today is saying, well, you that already. You know, you can't be too much. Don't try to be that. Oh, are you claiming to be this, but you already that sort of deal. I told her, you know, my man's, you know, more, you know, and I study all different cultures and say, well, you got to pick one. You can't be, you know, and I'm like, you know, just as you mentioned, you got to literally wear the hat of, you know, master teacher, amazing father to, and all these different things, and really embrace it, because a lot of us, you know, get forced to do something by circumstance. But like you say,
it's just the programming. We're programming. The programming that we're under right now keeps things separated. That's how the white man's world is set up. You know, he separates his thing is a theocracy, separation of church and state, right? Our thing is holistic. We see the whole picture. You see what I'm saying? We don't have to separate, you know, our culture from our politics, but they separate everything. You see what I'm saying? Everything for them is separate powers and all these different things. Yes, it's all fragmented. So it's like we're trying to think in their system, and that's what's keeping us stuck so much, because we're trying to think in their system. We're trying to vibrate off their frequency, and we have to get back to our own. We have to get back to the way we do things.
So I would ask you, you know, intelligently, what do you think that realistically within the next 2 years, right, is going to be the one or a few things that we could apply to a mass amounts of melanated people, the family, to break the chains of that, right? Because it's all going to be the thinking. You know, somebody asked Jay-Z, like, why you don't buy Marcy projects? Because you can build into townhouses, but the thinking of the people is going to bring it right back to that condition. You know
I think to me, fundamentally, what it's going to come down to is our needs. we have to get back to our needs. If we don't understand that this is where we've lost so much time and so much focus, because we're chasing things that we don't need. If we start living for our needs, now look, I'm not saying just act like you don't live in the world that you live in, because you know the world that you live in communicates a certain language with a certain language. We say things a certain way. We do things a certain way. Money is a way that we communicate, but we have to understand what money is, what the language of money is, right? So if we get back to our needs now, what did nature give us as our needs? We need food, we need water, we need shelter, we need clothes. We don't probably even need clothes, but we use it, right? So how many of us know how to grow our own food? You see what I'm saying? We have to get back to our needs. Now, if you were going to work every day of the week, right? Just for your needs, no matter how much money you made, it was just to deal with your needs. How much money would you have?
Right, how do you quantify that?
You would have a lot of money. All that time that you've given up for your money, you would have all that money to do other things with. But because you got 2 cell phones, you got 5 cars, you know what I mean, you got 3 women on the side that you got to take out and do stuff with, you know what I mean. You have a whole bunch of clothes that you can't wear, right? Yeah. So you're not focusing on, if all of us right here got together and say, you know what, let's get some land, man. Let's say fuck their money. Let's break ourselves from their power. Let's get away from their money, right? And let's get on this land. We need to get the people now that know how to do certain things. Because this again comes back to know yourself. There's a lot of our people that are engineers, that know how to build bridges, right? Come in, brother. Come in. He wants you to come in the shot. So
okay, I'm good.
So there's lot of brothers who know how to do a lot of things. We need the people who know how to do stuff to just do it and understand we're doing it not because you're gonna get paid $1 million to do it. We're gonna do it because we need it as a people. We're gonna build a road not because I'm gonna pay you X, Y, Z. No, we need the road because we need to transport goods and services and move back and forth. Right. You see what white man has done is he's changed your incentive for money. He's taking away all your incentive, all your will. You won't do anything unless you get paid. That's true. You see what I'm saying? You won't even think unless you get paid. Somebody asks you what you think, and you say, man, how much you gonna pay me? You know what I mean? Yeah. How you feel about this? You know what I mean? How much you gonna pay me? Go down there. Man, if you ain't pay me, I ain't going. Right. So this money now has become an incentive that has corrupted us and has turned us against each other. It make us stressed out. It makes us lose our hair. It makes us disloyal. It makes us betray each other. It just does, you know what I mean? But we don't need it because guess what? And they tell you it's not backed by anything, right? So what is it if it's not backed by anything? It's useless. It's just as if this is not backed by anything. So if I give you this, would you give me that? No, you won't give it to me, right? But that's what they're doing. They're letting you're giving away your mind. Because it's your mind that made the camera. It's your mind that figured out how to take the cotton and turn it into clothes. It's your mind that unraveled the mysteries of chemistry for you to know how to do certain things. So once you know how to do those things, you know how to do those things. The money doesn't make you do it. You know how to do it already.
That is the pay.
And that is the pay. Right. So if we get to a point where we just live for our needs and start focusing on our needs, our people can be free. Because the chains that they have on us for with money, those chains will be broke. That chain will not have any more power. You see what I'm saying?
I definitely got to add on to the destruction of the fiat. We got to put this bitch in the box. Money is an inanimate object, meaning that it has no soul in it. Now we understand that everything has a vibration. We understand that everything is vibratory, so it has a life. There's a life force in it. We get that part. But what I'm saying is, this is an inanimate object, and it's killed more people on this planet than an animate object. Right. You understand what I'm saying? What we have given this thing to make this so high and mighty is our energy. Yeah. Our current.
There you go.
Our currency.
Yes.
So, how many? Oh, I don't got my money in my pocket. How many faces? How many people bled over his face onto his eyes? Yeah. You know what I mean? Into the grooves of his skin, into the sigil. What they call it is a sigil. You understand? Because there's all kind of sorcery taking place. There's sacred geometry all along this. So the language that the universe speaks is the more sacred, more than numbers. is sacred geometry. It's the shapes. Everything is Fibonacci, golden, you know, all of these things, all of that. This is how the great divine speaks. When we would go into foreign lands, we would go right to the fruits and look at the geometry or the sacred geometry of the fruits to know what God was there. What expression of the Most High. For anybody of a civilization to know, all we have to do is to create or put value to some colorful pieces of paper with art and sacred geometry on it, and then put these people in an environment where they will create from their mind the true bank, the true wealth, the true center of wealth for the billions. The billionaires is a billion ions in the air. A trillionaire is a trillion ions in the air, negative and positive. So that's why they say people of wealth are often found around people of wealth, because wealth attracts wealth. That's your ions attracting one another. The ions, they adjust to their levels, to the highest level. So you are the wealth. Man make the money, money don't make the man. You are the one. We are New York veterans. That's right. Brooklyn, the planet of Brooklyn. The motto on the planet of Brooklyn is, the motto on the planet of Brooklyn is fake it till you make it. That's right. You understand? The motto in Brooklyn is that you can make $20 look like $2,000. Right. But what made it look like that? You understand? What made it look like that?
What Reddy's talking about, I love it, man, because like this is what I love the parallels that money and power have. If you really look deep, you can see it. Like he was talking about being currency. Power is, they call power flowing through the walls current. Money is called currency. When you have a lot of money, people say you have a lot of power.
A lot of power.
So it equates against to currency. You see what I'm saying?
It's an energy.
It's an energy.
Remember, because it attracts.
Yes.
That's right. Rather than repel. So people that are without this, they have a repelling. They're seen as having a repelling energy. Nobody want to be around a broke nigga.
Yeah, exactly.
Once you get tagged broke nigga, people get his hands off that nigga because you know nobody wants to be around that energy. But when it appears as if the currency, remember you're buzzing. You know there's a current. Remember y'all live in a city that's built on power. They built. All you see is banks and power center is Georgia Light. Or it's oil, it's electricity, and it's power in the city.
Georgia Power.
Georgia Power, bro. And when you look on the horizon, that's what you see. Banks to trap the currency.
Banks to trap the currency.
To trap the currency, and they built up. And that's exactly, and that's how they built up. The people who practice sacred geometry, you'll find them in places called lodges. A way to tell that they're practicing that is because the logo of their lodges are sacred geometry tools.
There you go.
So they laid the city out in a way where the energy or the grid or whatever is being generated, that currency is being trapped by them. Because look who lives on the outside of the perimeters of Georgia. I don't have to tell you anymore. Years ago we probably had to say it, but niggas went and drove out there, so you know who runs out there. They have a thick protection around that perimeter, so you don't go past that shit. Cause further out, that's where the KKK and everybody else to put this town together rests. And the niggas is trapped in a circle. It's a fucking, it's Stone Mountain and all these other places, which is a quartz, which is an energy quartz, which is one of the most quarried mountains in the world.
There you go.
Quartz is everything runs on quartz.
That's powerful.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so deep, man, because like you have, like you said, you know, the banks, right? Where the energy, they have power banks, and you have banks to collect your energy, right? Because everything is about really your energy. You're giving your energy for money. That's what you do when you go to work. You're giving your energy for something that you feel that you get energized by. You see what I mean? Because if you work all week and you don't get your money, you're gonna be mad. You know what I mean? You feel pissed
because they discourage you of collecting that energy. Rainwater. Right, and it discourage you of retaining or collecting your own money. Right? Whether it's undocumented or off the W-2 and everything. And so the whole thing is, even though the idea of police is to have them protect and serve you, instead of you do that yourself.
That's it.
You empower yourself when you create your own currency yourself. And that's it. It's just amazing. In every aspect you look at Western culture, it really wouldn't matter. It is a depreciating, it's a vampiric sort of deal.
Parasitical.
It's absolutely.
Parasitical.
Yeah,
You know, it's
Imperialism
very
is parasitical.
And, and it's not encouraged for you to, you know, you know, to retain any of that. And so I was looking into, you know, the next 5 years, you know, what was it, the thing that we have today that would be looked at as the closest thing we can deem as currency, you know, for us, you know, and I'm looking at it and I think it's talent, you know, and the ability to learn something innately, right, without having to go to Harvard
and you don't need. That's the thing. That's the thing. You don't need to go to the universities or whatever, because like I said, once you know something, right? Who's your best teacher? Who's your first teacher? Your mama, right?
Mama.
That's right.
She didn't have to go to school to teach you the stuff. She learned lifelong lessons.
Yeah.
There's a lot of us that know stuff. Like I know things that I could teach everybody out here. And y'all know things that y'all could teach everybody. You know what I'm saying? We could all teach each other.
I graduated from UCLA, the university in the corner of Lexington Avenue, with some of the deepest scholars and some of the smartest minds on this planet be conversion. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. So the new currency is us. It's our energy. It's what we bring in. It's consciousness. It's like I say, you cannot buy consciousness. There's nowhere on the planet where you could purchase more consciousness. You understand? It's innate. Mama, as a first teacher, nurturer, brought our first introduction to consciousness. Did she not make you conscious of the world? Did she not make you conscious of everything around you? As the first teacher, was she not your first master teacher? So that's the angle that people say that she's God. I could get it. I get it. I know what they're talking about. I, for one, I understand the power of polarities. I know God is not of gender, it's genderless. It's an energy that represents polarities, dualities, and things of that nature. And when expressed through the divine feminine and the divine masculine, that's where God rests in between, or the netta in between those sequences right there. Wow. It's a combination of the two. Yeah, because this whole planet is predicated, the laws, even when you look into the Hermetic principles, it speaks about the law of the genders, the law of correspondence, the law of duality, the law of opposites. So on this planet, everything came in pairs.
Everything
the
came
Noah
in pairs.
story is a farce. You know what I'm saying? I didn't
Big
need that
farce.
book to tell us about putting animals in pairs. Everything is in pairs on this planet.
Mm-hmm.
There's a male and female version. There's a red and a blue version of something. There's an upper and lower version of something.
Left and right.
You know what I'm saying? Ice turns into water turns into ice, but it turns into steam.
Yep. And
Fire could burn and cook food, but it could burn the house down.
there you go.
The division of the way that the tricksters or the technology works from these people who are naturally, they don't believe in the cohesiveness of the duality. They are what? The repellers. They repellent. They have a repellent nature. We have a magnifying nature. We bring it in. We are historically, I'm not talking about this pit stop that people are embarrassed by. Not this shit right here. This is a pit stop on the motherfucking millennia, on the timeline. I'm saying historically we're the haves. Historically we can identify have-nots.
Yeah.
Just based on geographical origin and things of that nature. And mind state, the mind state of them are from a place of lack, of a place of scarcity. That's how they operate capitalism, from a place of scarcity, saying that there's not enough.
Yeah, there's not enough. So you have
enough.
You have to pay. You have to pay. You have to pay.
Everything's for sale. The air is about to be for sale. Price tag on the air.
Exactly. I mean, the other day I put up a post on Facebook where I said it's not that, man thinks he's the one that impregnates the woman. But it's the universe that impregnates the woman with the man.
With the man.
So, in essence, what it's saying is that,
Great mother.
stop thinking of yourself like as just like this form for a second. I don't want to get too spooky or metaphysical. But stop thinking of yourself as this form and just understand that when you get to see yourself as you really are is when you get ready to reproduce.
Fact. Wow.
Because you give when you transfer yourself to become again, to keep, because you're a being. And what a being is keeps on being. You keep on becoming. You understand? You understand what I'm saying?
Create.
So when you give yourself to reproduce, and she gives herself to reproduce, you know what it is? It's 23 chromosome. What does that look like? Is the chromosome, is the DNA feminine or or masculine? No, it's just energy. You see what I'm saying? It's just, and the energy, here's the thing with energy now. The energy in science is the ability to do work. And look at how much stuff this whole block is it's all a manifestation of what man can do. This whole city, all the cities. Right. You know what I mean? If it's energy that it takes. That's why like we ties it back again to the money and the currency and energy. You're transferring your energy for something that, you know, is not real energy, but you know what I mean, it's an illusion of energy. Right. Yeah. So you stockpile it up, and when you have a lot of it, they tell you that you're worth something. If you don't have any, somebody tell you you're worthless. You're worth nothing. Right.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Tell you that.
A lot of women will tell you that.
You know, it's funny you mentioned that because you got a lot of solid brothers. You know, they fixer-uppers, they fix the lawnmower and everything else. Probably don't make, you know,
but it's because
a whole lot of money.
It's because we don't see each other the right way, brother.
Exactly.
Like if I see you, if
sees the value, whether he's a millionaire or not.
But some men are like, I don't want to just like not the sisters, because there are men who feel the same way. There's brothers when you and them get in an argument,
no doubt.
they tell you you're a broke ass nigga, you're this, you're that, you ain't nobody, you ain't nothing. You see what I'm saying? There's a lot of brothers who feel the same way. Because we don't understand how we are. We don't understand that this thing is just, the white man can print up money. So if you're willing to give me your mind for some worthless piece of paper, right? Look what your mind is doing. He can't do the stuff you're doing.
Nope.
Right. So he's tricking you. He's saying, look, I'm gonna give you some paper, you give me a table. I'm gonna give you some paper, you give me a building. I'm gonna give you some paper, you give me a street. You give me a highway, you give me a bridge, you give me a bomb, you give me a plane, you give me a train, you give me all these things, right?
Life, because I send you to college.
Yeah.
Right. I put a gun in your hand.
I give you all, you give me all this stuff. Even when we go get our education, what do? We wanna get a good job so we can get money. Yeah. You see, that's why the little niggas on the street don't fuck with that. Excuse my language if anybody's uncomfortable with that, right? But little niggas on the street don't want to do that because they're like, yo, I'm smart enough to say if this shit is about money, why the fuck I'm gonna waste 4 years in school or 8 years to be a doctor when I could stand on this corner right here and make more than they gonna make in their whole entire life?
And they got doctors coming to buy from us.
And they got doctors coming to buy from us.
They lost faith in the prestigious profession.
So money as an incentive is corruptible. It corrupts you. You see what I'm saying? Indeed. And it enslaves you. It enslaves you. You know the biggest enslaver, the biggest slave master of money is?
Hey, that's my sister Kiva.
How you doing, Kiva?
That's the Kiva.
Yes, peace.
Who's that young man?
Crazy. And I gotta go to the store.
I say the biggest slave master is it's a family of them.
Huh? I gotta go to the store to get Paul's olive oil.
Oh yeah. Cause you gotta do this. Exactly.
I'll be right back.
All right.
I seen you with my boys
Ray and Miss. That was for you. That one was for you right there. I knew you would have loved that.
For my sister in Atlanta.
I got you. Don't worry. I got all the contacts. We good.
I'm so thirsty off that show.
I know you are. What up, mate?
Have you guys watched that show?
Money and Violence?
Money and Violence.
Oh, no, I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, nah.
I said I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna talk to them.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it. Yeah. But I was saying though, our biggest slave master on this planet is called bills. The bills.
He said bills is
the bills. You think about it, yo. How many every month? What are we doing? What are we trying to do? We're trying to pay the bills.
Yeah, paying the bills.
We're trying to pay the bills. The bills got us by, you know what I mean?
It's even, you know, some people could say, you know, it's not the money that you're concerned about, it is the lack of it.
Yeah,
right? But again, it goes back to what we said.
But the money, no, there's no lack of it.
Look, there's no lack of it.
You are the value.
That's up to the individual.
You know, the money is in the collective people. The money is in the solution is in the people. That's why they say what? Power to the people.
That's right.
Trayvon Martin wasn't killed by police. He was killed by a wannabe rent-a-cop who actually superseded police. Because remember what happened to him afterwards. He got 6 mugshots and ain't spent a night in jail.
Yeah.
You understand? He became a private citizen.
This is Rex 84.
But he kicked off the war against the prototypical nigger. All right? He sacrificed that young man February of 2012, the same year that everybody was talking about the big ritual was supposed to take place. What ritual had the most precedence in 2012 but that shit? Remember, once that started, did it stop?
That's right.
It didn't start before that because it wasn't a big deal like that. It didn't start, but it started with that.
That's right.
And once that spell or ritual began to kick in, you continuously send it. We up to Freddie Gray. They giving you colors. They're giving you blands. They're giving you grays. They're giving you whites. You know what I mean? They're giving all to you.
Yeah.
But where we have fallen into error, and I'm saying this in the African traditional way as a scholar. I'm not saying this as somebody that's inciting violence. I'm not saying this as someone who is speaking in a sedition, in a manner of seditiousness. But what I'm saying is, traditionally, when you took one of the lives of some you know, the brothers from the village, of the child of the village, there was an unwritten rule that Haram-based code would kick in, and we would, and the parent would be responsible for the life of his child. You know what I mean?
Indeed. That was the first court.
The first court came from the parent. Case in point, right. And everybody could relate to this. There was an incident where John Gotti's 5-year-old son got ran over by his neighbor. Died. John Gotti went and told Sammy the Bull, you know what to do, bro. Do what you got to do. And they went ahead, and nobody heard from the neighbor ever since. John got Chloe. Hi. That's my niece. What's up, Chloe? How you doing? Chloe. We're taping right now. We're taping our conversation.
About what? Brown people?
Yep. And black people. Yes.
Right.
I know it. Black power. Brown power too.
But brown people doing what?
Standing up. Making some powerful things happen.
Brown people dying?
Not at all. Brown people living.
Right.
We talking about brown people living to 100. That's interesting, right?
Mommy said if you turn 100 and you're still healthy, you can still live like being 100.
Yes, you can. You could live.
But if you don't be healthy and you're 100, you would die.
Yeah. That's not a, yeah.
She's so cute, man.
It just might happen like that.
Super cute.
Uh-huh. Thank you, Chloe.
Are you going to send this to New York?
No, this is going to be right here. Well, when I go to New York, I'm going to put it on a computer so you'll get to see it. It's going to be on YouTube. Next best thing to the movies.
That's right.
Indeed.
That's it you talking about?
Huh? Is that it?
Yes.
A few more things, but for the most part.
You wrote the whole story up?
Well, this is actually, yeah, I'm glad that you said that, because that's what we're having a conversation about, writing up a story, because we're about to make a movie.
That's right.
I think we might even write a role in there for you. That's it. That's where everything is made up, in your mind.
That's right.
Maybe you can make up a movie on YouTube and tell that.
This is the highlight right here.
Uh-huh.
This is your movie?
Come on.
Am I your niece?
Yes.
Tell that Amy's Chloe is a brown girl and she's a genius.
Yeah, there you go.
Wow.
That's the movie.
People that I'm a fashionista and I can make designs.
Wow.
Tell them one thing that I love you.
I love you too, Chloe.
That's viral right there.
Tell them that brown people is the bomb.
Yes, indeed. Hey, Paul. What's up? How you doing? All right.
I haven't been back in. I've been on the infamous couch, man.
Exactly, but you didn't come to the Honduras yet.
I haven't been back in.
Well, welcome. Come and sit down with us. Yeah, so, you know, that's how the ancestors work. So that what you saw right there, that's what the currency is that we're talking about. That's power. That is the energy that we take and add value to. You have to remember, what did they do to us? They removed the reward system from us, and they removed our value system. So they don't value the scholars anymore. They don't value the teachers. They didn't value Marcus Garvey. They didn't value Malcolm X. They didn't value the teachers. They didn't value Deborah Blair. They didn't value Frances Cress. Her information, you can't put a price on that. They didn't value Dr. Ben. You can't put a price on what he gave. You understand? So this community can't look at anything else outside of itself, because like he said, if there's a time in an epoch of history where you built the pyramids and you created value, things of value that you go back and pay homage to, then we got to start building where we're at. Yeah. We're not over there. Remember, we have to go there to see it. Yeah. What do they see right here? What you building right here? What pyramid are we building here? We don't necessarily need the sacred geometrical structure that you known as a pyramid, but we got to build something that's even more marvelous than that. If we say that we are who we say that we are. If not, we will have to go in the category of lower civilization. And do niggas want that? Because hip hop is great. What we can achieve is awesome. But sacred geometry is the language of the universe. You understand? Sacred numerics and numbers is the language of the universe. And right now, coding in the digital realm, digital world, all of that is sacred geometry, shapes, and things of that nature. And it's the code. It's the O's and the ones, the binary, numeric, sacred numbers and things of that, mathematics. You know, the expression of what we know as the Most High, the Neteru, and things of that nature. I don't want to say the word God because that has a negative connotation in my lexicon. You know what I'm saying? If it's you know, go as Oz Dubar, you know, maybe. Generator operated destroyer, but the concept of European and what we have, yeah, what we have, you know, so a situation where nobody has made a martyr out of any one of these names of these people who got murdered, and there was a Roman soldier, right? This was it was done in a crusade type, because Zimmerman is a Jew, a Spanish Jew, right? Right. Who killed Trayvon Martin at the All-Star game. Martin. Okay? Right. Because it was in Orlando. He got killed in Sanford, and the All-Star game was at halftime. That's when the boy went to go get the Skittles in the damn Arizona. So if you kill somebody, if you ritualistically kill someone during a game, you basically are killing. You're killing that. You got to understand what they do. Yeah. You're doing a sacrifice. Like if they hung somebody during a Jack Johnson boxing match, and Jack Johnson got knocked out, and then a man got hung, and then he fell. Fell. Huh? I think he fell. Oh, the Germanic tribes are the most barbaric, savage tribes that came out of Europe. They toppled Rome. They plunged them into the Dark Ages. That is the Gothic tribes, the Austrian tribes that you would find, you know, the white Aryans, the Queen Isabella, King Ferdinand. You know what I mean? The Spaniard bloodlines that are responsible for the campaign that they launched in 1492, the year that they defeated the Moors. Then they created a genocidal Holocaust campaign against colored people around the world, and they called it the Discovery Era, where the Pope decreed with the sword, any land that you find, you rename and you claim in the name of the New World. They deaded the Old World. They created a sphere called the Old World, then the New World. So they say that the New World started in 1492, and they got niggas thinking that it was because a cracker got on some ship and got lost, and that's some shit you celebrate. So spiritually, mentally, and all kind of other ways, when you celebrate this cracker, when you celebrate what the fuck you did, you keep yourself in lockdown, because time is centrifugal. That shit still has an effect. You're giving energy, currency, power, energy. They gave it a holiday. Niggas go spend more money with them, pile up money on Rome, and they're celebrating a genocide. Like they went and decimated lands that we're going and running around saying we resurrected from, and we're these great fucking ones that, nigga, they destroyed your whole shit. So you gotta understand that you have to withdraw, take your energy and put it on holidays that we create. Take our energy and put it on sacred days. Malcolm X Day, goddamn it, Biggie Day if need be. You know what I'm saying? We gotta give energy to our thing. So going to bring it all the way around, they took out the value system, so we're not valued for what it is that we do. When we return the value system, we don't need the money no more. We don't need the dead president.
We have an exchange. The best thing that they got going on right now is cryptocurrency, because you could program and create your own digital currency. If that's how you do your means of exchange, you create your own cryptocurrency. Name it what you want to name it. It don't gotta be Bitcoin. Make that we all agree. Fuck what the white man doing or what he not doing. If it's 1 million of us, if it's 10 million of us, goddamn it, if it's 1,000 of us, we agree that this is the means of exchange that we will go by. I will spend the Garvey coin with you. You will spend the Noble dollar with me. You understand what I'm saying? We got the Dr. Ben 100s.
Yep.
You feel me? And this is we put our sigils and our energy on that.
That's what we gotta do.
And when we create our products, if you don't got this currency, you can't even buy this product.
Yeah.
I don't know what you talking about.
That you see
I don't
that
know
right
what
there?
you talking about.
When we do that, whenever we get
And
to
when
that
he
point,
when he drop his movie, he know it ain't on a basis. The new economy is not on. It's a trust economy, and it's an economy where you know it's automated. So you know when you drop a project or a product, there's already 30,000, 300,000, or 3 million people in that network that are already made an agreement.
see,
I'm gonna give $1 to $10.
when we get to that point right there, that point of thinking, at least
we're there.
I mean, not
No,
fully.
we got to get there. What I'm saying is, to get there, me and you got to take us
Yes,
there.
yes.
That's all I'm saying.
We don't need everybody.
Nah,
we just need the
because
ones who are willing.
Listen, we never needed everybody.
We
We
never
ain't get
needed
here with
everybody.
everybody.
Exactly.
So what the fuck? We not going there. Where we
Exactly.
going, we ain't gonna go with everybody.
Exactly.
We need to stop making excuses for the greatness that niggas made to happen by doing what they do.
And always saying, why don't we all unite? No, we're not all going to unite.
No.
If you want to unite, let's unite. And stop complaining about what I'm not doing. If I'm not doing something, you come do it.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying?
You have all the time.
Don't just be somebody who all you have to contribute is a criticism. You know what I'm saying? Be the solution. You're the problem. Be the solution.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Because
be
if
the
you
solution.
could see it,
yeah,
you could be it. So, you know what I'm saying? That's the vision that you got, black man. If you could see yourself doing that, black man, that's what you should be doing.
That's what you should.
Because we doing, believe me when I tell you, we're doing what we envision ourselves to do. You know what I mean? And we could have definitely needed, we could have used everybody's hands on deck. But whoever's hands on deck, hands are on deck. It's all recorded. It's all going down, and the story's being written. So everyone has the opportunity to be a part of the movie, the movement, whatever you want to call it.
Indeed,
the mythos. I don't know, but I know what we're doing. What is going to take a few of us, but I know that we're talking to millions.
Yep.
So I know that there's millions. So I wake up knowing that I have a million possibilities of networking and linking up with some people who are doing dynamic things.
There you go.
That can add on to what I'm doing and add value to what I'm doing. I'm adding value to what they doing, and it's vice versa. And it's a cohesiveness. Because I've done what I've done for many years. It's not about the money.
No.
If it was about the money, I wouldn't be here.
No.
It's not about the money. There's no fiscal payment for this shit.
Money really is just like what they use. Like,
it's not a,
you see how countries use money? That's what money is. It's just access. It gives you access.
What's
to,
that
you know
for?
what I mean? It's like you got to go through this door, but you need a key, right? So China, the rest of these countries, they sell their currency. You can't buy like America. America is the world reserve, so everything. If you want to buy petroleum, you have to buy it with American dollars. It don't matter which country you're in. So you got to have American dollars. American dollars become like the most powerful money because like you need it for the most precious resources. You see what I'm saying? That's what they do. But if we get to the point where we can say, look, we are here working, we're doing what we're doing, we're getting their money, right? We're getting all the paper that they're printing up calling their currency. Let's keep on collecting it. But our thing amongst ourselves, that's not our thing. Our thing is not to keep going what they've created. Our thing is to use what they've created to undo everything they've done to us. You see what I'm saying? So we need to get some land. We need to get the people who know how to grow the land. We need to get people who know how to build on the land. We need to get people who know chemistry and biology and physics and all that shit. How to go into the ground and take out the resources and turn it into metal, turn it into different things. You know what I'm saying? Do all the things they're already doing for the white man. Now you're gonna do it for yourself, and you're not gonna do it because you're getting paid for it. You're gonna do it because we need it to be done.
And excuse me, I don't mean to cut your wisdom. You know what I mean? But do you feel though that it is some of the, not their full responsibility, but some of the responsibility of these people who are millionaires, I mean, to the extreme amounts, and don't have an agenda for anything future tense, right? For the body of people. Do you feel that it is partly of their responsibility to invest in the constructs of your ideas, knowing that's a forward-thinking idea, and other ideas that you know what I'm saying, that is a necessity and is like pertinent to what we have going on today, right?
Yeah.
You know.
Short answer: it's all of our responsibility. Their responsibility. It doesn't matter if they have a lot or you have a little, because a little bit of slavery is not less than a lot of slavery. See what I'm saying?
Right.
It's the same shit.
Nonetheless, right.
So if you're rich and you're enslaved, you're a slave.
Indeed.
If you're poor and you're enslaved, you're still a slave. So it's all of our responsibility.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, can I say that whole I'm rich thing too?
Yeah.
I gotta go. Because I know too many rich people that's slaves. You know what I'm saying? Rich people I know a lot of rich slaves. Like, they are so much of a consumer slave that they're not rich. They're just deep in their slavery. They do anything that they could do to get that consumer shit. I know a lot of rich slaves. Like, they are so much of a consumer slave. You know, people have put people's lives at stake for what we have identified just a few minutes ago as inanimate objects and pieces of paper that are not worth the paper that they're printed on.
Exactly.
But we've given it so much credibility that we put people's lives over it.
Yeah, you kill your brother over it. You betray your friend over it. You sell your daughter, your son, or your mother over it. Your sister over it. Your wife over it. I mean, you do all kinds of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
So
all kinds of stuff.
like,
you go on. You take your clothes off for it. You know what I mean? You work 2, 3, 4, 5 jobs for it. You don't spend no time with your family for it. It doesn't do you any real as much good as you think. It's just that we are not living for our needs. But the stuff that I'm getting from the side is more valuable than the stuff I'm giving to get it.
Right.
So if you understand that, look, the shirt is more valuable than the $10 you're paying for it.
Right.
The food is more valuable than the $100 or $200 that you're gonna spend to buy it, because you need it to nourish your body. You understand what I'm saying? So now you got to say, how can I do these things without making myself a slave to somebody who would say, look, because you got a head, you have to pay a head tax. Okay. But how you going to pay the head tax? You have to pay the head tax with US dollars. Where do you get US dollars from? You get US dollars from this one company that you have to go work for. So he's creating like his own situation to trap you. You see what I'm saying? In Europe and even here, they used to have a thing called a beard tax. Right? If you had a beard, you had to pay a tax. So guess what a lot of people did? They shaved their beards. You see what I'm saying? So he's using it as a way to control you. If you have a license to drive your car, the license does not give you the ability to drive. It's not the license that's steering the wheel or pressing the gas. That's you. Once you know how to drive, you know how to drive. But they give you a license so they can control when you drive, right? Or what they can do to you if you drive, right? But you believe, if I don't have a license, I can't drive. So you at home, you have a car out there, but man, I ain't got my license. I can't move. I can't. Why not? You can drive and it's driving. You understand what I'm saying? So that's the same thing they do with money. You feel now, like this camera, we have the same mind and ability to get out of the earth the same resources, right? That makes this camera and make it. To create the factories, because even the big factories they got, it wasn't money that did it, it was men. It was men who were incentivized by money, right? Or by inspiration or by whatever. Because like, you know, some of the ideas, these great ideas, it's just showing you. Somebody got a good inspiration, and somebody who owned them put their name on their inspiration. You see what I'm saying? Took something that your mind gave to the world, and now it's charging the world for it. It's the same way how the earth gives us food, gives us fruits, right? But instead of learning how to grow our own food from the earth, we are paying somebody for the stuff the earth gives us for free. Yeah. And so therefore we're enslaved, because whoever controls your needs controls you. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And you can't have that. You have to get back control of yourself.
Yes.
You have to get back control of yourself.
Collectively, the number is this. This is the magic number, 30,000. I use it because it's attainable. You know what I mean? I could go crazy and be like 3 million and all of that. I could say 3,000, but I'm lowballing. There's 3,000 people at the parade yesterday, damn near, or at the festival. You know,
right.
There's 3,000 people that watched the video that I did with Money and Violence in one day.
Yep.
So 3,000 isn't attainable. That's too much. That's too easy. I'm saying 30,000 because this is what 30,000 can do. 30,000 times 20 is 600,000. Meaning if 30,000 of us in our network have a weekly deposit of $20, or if you a boss, my nigga, a daily deposit,
yep.
Or if you a real fucking boss, if you a capo, a hourly deposit.
Yep.
Because I know some people that's getting 100 an hour, an hourly deposit.
Yep.
Then we're talking about 600 racks and more. I've put the cap on 600, no cap on it, long tail. It's everywhere, right? So now everything that we were talking about earlier about what we don't have and what we're not doing and all of this other stuff, doesn't that easily get solved?
Easily get solved.
Isn't that an easy algorithm for something that's so complex?
Yeah.
Huh? But what does it require? It requires that you be better than your open enemy and your covert enemy. Your open enemy is the nigga. The nigga has numbers, okay? The nigga's deep. That's nigga with an ER. The motherfucker that was created in a lab who self-destructs, who's self-sabotaging, you know what I mean? The motherfucker who don't care about nothing, including himself. Those niggas. And then the one who created them, which is the covert enemy.
How do we get the people to get to that point? Like, we have to start. Let's start off small. How do we get 10 people, right, to start doing that and turn that 10 into 100? You know,
Two ways. And to y'all, I have the conversation because of who you are. So I'm gonna speak to you in your language. Y'all both film producers, filmmakers, for that matter, right? So I would say that the two ways that we would do it would be through a movie and through a production where if our people went into a movie theater, like they go into the movie theater to watch a Hidden Colors, if they were to enter into a theater or a place where films are shown and they saw a presentation on that big screen that's not spoke of the future but shows them a future, because remember, you do reenactments. We live in a virtual age. You put a motherfucker, you make a nigga put the Oculus on and you take them to the black land, to the new Black Wall Street. Black Wall Street is only 40 acres, my nigga. Black Wall Street was only 40 acres. And they said each one of us was gonna get that. But each one of us can get that, but you don't have to wait for that. What can they say if you just start coming and buy 40 acres? Every week we get 40 acres. So no one is stopping us but us. There's no white people in the way of you when you really trying to do what you gotta do. Is there? Because they don't get in my way. Right. They not in my way. They not brave enough to get the fuck in my way. They have not came in my path. Right. My ancestors have made it like that.
Yeah, real tough.
The ancestors have made it like that they don't come in that path. So we have to recognize that there's people that look like us that are in our path. There's people who walk and talk like us that are in our path. Those are the people that get in the way. Those are the people who seem to get closer to you than anybody else. So sometimes you could get duped into thinking that something is what it isn't. But what I'm saying is, as the collective, all we have to do is agree that something else have to be done other than what's being done. Identifying the fact that this shit don't work no more, right? Identifying the fact that if it's the same way, like if you listen to the rappers, it's one thing. But if you follow the rappers, it's another thing. Like if you really followed everything that nigga was saying, you're fucked.
Right.
So as a people, it's like, yo, we're following the rappers. We're not just listening to it, we're actually following it. And when one person does it, it's an atrocity. But when thousands of us do it, it's
and
crazy.
ignoring the repercussions of the results. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
We're following stuff and we're getting our head knocked off.
Yeah.
You know, they got a politician that said America isn't locking enough people up, right?
Yeah,
Like
he said they
start
under.
following the mathematics. These songs are telling you to do. You're gonna run into a brick wall.
You are.
And as you mentioned, just the whole collective, at least people taking the initiative step and saying this thing doesn't work.
Yeah.
You know,
I have this program I'm developing right now, and I'm probably gonna start doing some presentations on it. It's called Micro Thinking for Macro Results.